map out poly units um, in Arcmap. Here's the data I got, and it has been geolocated already, geocoded. We have a lot of addresses, then we have the coordinates. So geocoding converts these addresses to coordinates, and the reverse geocoding converts coordinates to addresses. So in this case, now I'm going to rearrange the table. That's the first thing to suit what I'm looking for in my hack map. So everything here is word one. So everything has to be a record. Word one has to be a record. So in that case, this is the word name, word one, word two, and everything. So now try to include a new column here. Now good. Then call this word number. I'm just gonna copy this, cut this, paste here, and then you drag it in. Sorry. I need to tell the system I need this repeatedly send. Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna call this paste, copy that, paste. So that is the word 2 data, and then the word 3 data. So repeat the same thing for others. So as you can see, I've repeated everything for others, and I think they made a mistake here. This is supposed to be copied out for others here. So I'm going to delete this record because it doesn't have any what's it called, any planimetry data, because it is that planimetry data we use to plot in our Arcmap. So that's the reason why we don't need that field. So I have to convert all those things to records. So just do that. As soon as you're done, so here's the word name, the poly units, the word number, the the code, the the x coordinates, which is the I think there's an the x should correspond to your longitude and latitude. Why? I need to confirm this first, because sometimes people make mistakes about which one to come first or which one to come last, because that will let us assign. So I want to confirm the respective coordinates pertaining to Orolu. So once I check that, I will see whether maybe the x is the particular longitude latitude. So I do like using latitude and longitude for anything that has to do with geographical coordinates. But anything that has to do with all these meter not in meter is thing, I can use XY. I know that already. But anything decimal degrees, degree, minutes, and seconds, it has to be in their respective um, generic name, either latitude or longitude. So I'll just search Orolu, Osun State. Search. So you can see that, like this is what I'm saying the other time. You can see my mouse down here. So this is eastern, this is northern. So anytime I have my coordinate represented, I like to be x, y. But anytime it is being in this format, anytime I have it in this format, either degree meter seconds and decimal degrees, because one we have there is decimal degrees. So now you can see that. So the latitude ranges from what? In Orolu local government, so we have like 7 and 4. So I'm going to rename that as my latitude and my longitude, not x and y, because your x corresponds to longitude while your y corresponds to latitude. But looking at here, you're telling me that my y is this, which is supposed to be x, because x is always your longitude and your y is your latitude. Did you see that now? So in that case, I'm going to, so it leads to a lot of confusion. Latitude, longitude, so that's the respective or generic name to use. So once you do that, we are still preparing our data. We have the polling addresses and everything, so we are done now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to save our CSV, comma separated value. So after arranging our Excel file from where you got the data from, save as. So save as, comma separated value, CSV. So once you do that, just save it out. So once you save it out, we have once you save it out, good. So once I save it out, I have everything. So these are my data. So you can see now, this data here, we don't have the value for this data. So in that case, we delete this. So it's going to cause problem. Did you get that now? So we only have this now. So now we're going to plot out this on a map now. So we just control save like a CSV already. So I'm going to close this up and then go back to my Arcmap. So my Arcmap, Osun State is having a coordinate system of UTM zone 31 north. So you right click here and then you go to the properties and then you select the coordinate system you're working with. That's the first thing you do in your Arcmap environment. If you're working, if you're mapping, you're trying to map, you have to define the coordinate reference system. You need to understand that. So once you open the properties, then you go to the coordinate system, then you set it to WGS984, that one out. So once you do that, just click OK. So so the coordinate system is set now. So I have to bring in my Nigerian data and the other data I have. So let me just start with the states and the local government. I will just bring that. I'm not bringing the entire country shapefile. So I'm just Nigerian data. I use OSM Nigeria boundary. So my 1 corresponds to the states and then the 2 corresponds to the local government. So I'm going to drag it in. So that's the first thing. You try to add the data for the states and then you add the data for the local government. We are trying to depict our study area where we are working with. So that's the first thing here. So you can see these are the states we have in Nigeria. And then the next thing now is you can try to perform your labeling and changing the symbol and other things like that. So that's what I'm trying to do now. System is too loaded with a lot of jobs, so I have to find a way to get my point. So I'm going to label this with admin 1A and then go to my symbology. Just I want to change this to hollow, then change the and then change this to like 2. What's the 2? Okay, right, okay. So you see that no. Go back again. It's still the code. I'm using the code. Yeah, instead of the name, admin 1 name. Exactly. So now you see that. But majorly we are focusing on Osun here. So now I'm going to bring in the local government data also, so that we can perform our query to select Orolu out of the entire local government we have. Did I see that now? So in this case now, I'm going to, oh my god, this is entirely fair. I've already matched all this together. I've edited this before. Don't mind me. Yeah, select by attributes. Select by attributes where the admin2 name, the admin2 new equals to get a unique value. So it's going to load every local government name. So I will type Orolu. Orolu. So that's it. So once you apply that, it will pop it up. So this is Orolu local government. It's very close to here, so you can see that. So I click OK, and then I'm gonna create a new layer from this. So these are the steps. So I'm gonna call this Orolu, and I'll name this as Orolu local government. Let me just say LG, let me put out local government. So that's it. So let's go back to selection, clear selected feature. So I don't think I need the state save, but let me just leave it that way. So let me just change this to hollow and then change this to faint red, because I don't want it to be that noisy. So I have to make sure all this so I want to label all those things admin2 new, so you can see that. So just say local government. So you're boundary with so this is local government. Let me just LG Nigerian local government, or local government in Nigeria. You can type it full anyhow, so it depends on your choice. Let me just put LG local government. This to be states, so it's comprised of one state. So now this is Orolu, and then I'm gonna take this to hollow and then make this big, because that's a study area, so I'm gonna make that thick. So now this is my study area now. So the next thing now is I want to plot those values, those data. I want to plot them here. So I'll go to my file, add data from X and Y, and then this is where you navigate to where you save your CSV data time. So you're gonna go to my desk. That's where I save it to. Desktop. Then I'll say PU CSV. Yep, this is it. So now you can see now longitude corresponds to X, latitude Y. Then leave everything up and then click OK. Click OK. It's a datum conflict. To rectify this, coming. Yeah. To rectify this, because you know the data we brought in the other time, this is in decimal degrees, as you know. This is in decimal degrees, like I told you the other time, and then these are already in. This is in what's it called? This is projected. You can see it is in projected, so there's going to be what's it called? Datum conflict. So in that case, just save this at first and then go to my desktop, because I want to transform coordinates now. Projection and transformation. So everything, and then just save it as Orolu polling units. So once you save that, save it up, and then you have this, and then let me see whether I can project directly from here. If I can project, so that means it's good, and if not, I'm gonna open a new Arcmap document and then perform the task. So search for a tool called projects. search for a tool called projects. So once I search for that, then let me see, can this enter straight away? Okay, good. So it's telling me this is already in WGS 984 and 31 knots, which is wrong, which is very, very wrong. So in that case, I think what I'm going to do is, let me try to bring in the data again, and then from the coordinate system I'm going to tell the system that this is not to 31 knots, because the coordinate system is in decimal degrees. So in this case now, you see that I'm going to edit this. So I'm going to use ordinary WGS 9084. Did you see that now? So this is what I'm using. Did you see that? So good. Like then you click OK and then you click OK. So did you see this now? So you can see that is datum what's it called? Datum conflict. So these are the polling units, special polling units within Orolu local government. So now what we're going to do now to make this map more meaningful is that okay, first of all, let me export this as, this is an event file, so I'm going to export this out as shape file. This is an event file, and then I'm going to export this out as shape file. So this is the polling unit. This is the polling units SHP. Let me just say SHP. SHP is this poly units, units. So once I save that, I click OK. So it will save it, and do you want that is to layer? Yes. Remove this out. So once you do that, now the next thing is to want to bring other. I don't need the states. Remove the state. So we want to bring other features like maybe roads, buildings, and going through stress of digitizing on. You need this job very fast, and how do you do that? So in that case, you just go to your BB bike extracts, like as a volunteer VGI, where you contribute data to, and I think the youth mappers, OAU, I think they are doing that, and I recognize them for that. So in that case, I'm going to type this as Orolu, and then my Gmail supply your Gmail account, and then you use the display window to navigate to your study area. So Orolu is between is within if okay, no, you're not in if Orolu saw something close to Oyo the other time. Let me try to check the approximate. Okay. In that case, in case you can search here, of course you can search. You just search Orolu in Osun State. Did you see that? In case of next time, okay, right, good. This is the area, so you can see that. So this is the Orolu area. So I'm gonna use my bounding box. Okay, good. I'm gonna move it a little bit up. I don't need this anymore, so I'm gonna move it up here and then reduce it because I think it's a very small area. So let me just try to check the area on my okay, no. This is so let me bring the state back. Okay, this is the states. Okay, it's located up around Oyo, South. So you just try to find a way you can. So it's around this area here. Sugar. You're trying to check whether it's the area to use or not. That's just it. You can expand it in case it's making or whatever. So you just click extract. So to send the result to my what's it called, to my Gmail, I supplied, and then if you want to contribute for those that are participating and like giving us this data, you can just donate. Just click on this and then donate. Then, so that is all about downloading existing like digitized georeference or rectify shapefile whatever. So from a georeference, whatever base map or sources they're using. So um, so that is all about that. Now we're gonna add it up. So I'm gonna open my Gmail now and download. This is how it's gonna show you on your Gmail. So you just click on this link here, the first link you have there, and you download. So once you download, you extract it to your working folder. So once you extract it to your working folder, then we'll go back to. So once you get to the Arcmap, just refresh your folder, then expand these out, planets, planets, shape. Then now you can see buildings, so you can just drag and place in there. So you can see like I think we even downloaded a very large area. But don't worry. Then let's see the road. So you have the root too. You have the every features you have there. You're gonna add up. So that's it. Just to populate your map and then naturals like maybe waters and stuff like that. So just drag it to your map one by one. So you can see like what we downloaded is a very big area. So you can see in that case we're gonna sometimes you can go back and just reduce that and then use the study area and then work up. You can work on with your project. But this time around, I'm going to perform selection by query. I'm going to select everything, every features that fall within my study area. So that's what I'm going to do. Query formulation. Just come to your selection by location, and then target layout. This is not active. I don't know why. Oh, it's too heavy. Sorry, these things are too heavy. So you can see that. Let me now go back to my selection. Oh, selection is now showing up. I need to perform query formulation. I want to search uh, like how many buildings are within this. The road is too much. I don't even think we have buildings here. Looking at this, looking at this, I don't even think we have more building here. Do we? Or it hasn't been contributed. Let me just work with a smaller area. So I try to re-download that again by reducing the study area. As you can see, I try to reduce my study area to a particular small place within my study, my point of interest. So now back to this, you can see we have buildings here now. So instead of digitizing now, you've already overcome that. So what we're going to do is we're going to clip out buildings that are within this area only. Let me go to selection by attribute. I don't know why my selection by location is not working out. It's not active. To my extension. Don't mind me, please. Everything is active now. So, but just understand what I'm trying to bring out there. So bring out your naturals. So we have areas that fill with maybe waters and or I don't know whether there is railway there. Let's try to drag everything out. Roads, waterways. So you can see that it's been added. So these are the things we try to bring out. Let's see points like locations of places and let's see places. This means more detailed points. And then I think that's all. Let's consider this land use. So I think that's all about everything. Then you can now start symbolizing and then you present your map. Coming. So it's high time we start preparing the map in the layout mode. So I'm gonna add every style of your choice, whatever, and then borderline, the true notes, um, just beginning of the choice. So I'll drop down there. Astronauts, blah 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 blah. Let me see whether we can have the coordinate and submit to go. Yep, I know that. Those are things in geographical decimal degrees. See that? Let's go to the grid properties and level additional levels, formats, number of decimal point zero, top. So good. So that is done. What is again? The coordinate system, the author, title, text. So I'm gonna do that. So this is map of polling unit. In Orolu, local government, Osun State. Don't mind me, my keyboard has some issue. Governments in map of polling units in Orolu local government, Osun State. Good. Change the symbol. Like 20 bold italic, pop, and let's try to bring this down. Good. So that, let me try to expand this up. I'll use this method. So I can have more space. Exactly. Move this. Just make it small. Just to show that is a true notes. Map of this. Check it out. The coordinate system. So you can add other things